What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Then Goes back again, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the Invincible comic book, one of my favorite comic book series of all time. Now, Invincible is a comic book series published by Image Comics and created by Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman. The series was originally published in 2003 and lasted all the way through to 2018, with about 144 issues telling the story, which revolves around a teenager named Mark Grayson who discovers he has powers one day, just like his father, Nolan Grayson, who is actually a professional and well-known superhero that goes by the name Omni-Man. Now, Mark, discovering his powers, tries to follow in his father's footsteps, learning how to control his powers, balancing being a hero and a high schooler, and learning more and more every day, constantly trying to grow and overcome the challenges that are put before him. Invincible, like I said before, it's one of the greatest, man, or at least in my opinion. I really like how they do the story. It's well paced, well told, and full of brutal action scenes and unpredictable surprises. For the fans of Robert Kirkman's previous work, I already know that he's real good at telling a good story, even if it sometimes can seem a little basic and familiar. Right when you think you know what's going to happen next, he pulls the rug right from under you and turns shit around. And I know I mentioned it before, but I can't stress enough just how brutal and chaotic the action and fights can get in this story sometimes. Now, Mark Grayson has more than a few powers at his disposal. First off, as the name states, he's damn near invincible. Not completely, and he definitely gets hurt and beaten down a lot in this story, which is one of its trademarks. But he is insanely durable and he doesn't back down for anything. In a way, I think that's more so why it's called Invincible, not because he himself is physically that, but because of the great lengths he'll go through and what he's willing to do to beat some of his toughest foes. He also can fly and has super speed. While not exactly a speedster, he's definitely not slow, and he and his father, being a race of aliens called the Vultramites, also allows them to live longer than most and age much slower. We're talking thousands of years at a time with barely a change in appearance. More on that later though. With Mark, of course, discovering his powers and gaining all this knowledge about himself, juggling school, girls, being a hero, and in a world that sees plenty of them day in and day out, and try to live up to his father's expectations, you can imagine the trouble he faces and the different things weighing on his mind. Filled with a colorful cast of characters, heroes and villains alike, a likable and relatable hero who's kind of a mix between Superboy and Spider-Man, Invincible is a story that takes you on a long journey through Mark Grayson's life and all of his highs and lows. No matter what it is, it's enjoyable the whole time. Whoever decides to read it definitely won't regret it. I mean, it has action, superheroes, sci-fi, buckets of blood. What more could you ask for? Being the huge fan of Invincible that I am, this video definitely won't be a one-off. I plan on making plenty of content dedicated to the Invincible series, with my follow-up video laying out the details and news about the new animated show that's currently being developed by Amazon, starring Stephen Ewing, J.K. Simmons, Seth Rogen, and Zazie Beetz, just to name a few. And if there's any fellow fans of Invincible out there watching these videos, please comment and share your thoughts, let me know what you think. And let's start a dialogue. I'm trying to create a community here for the Invincible series. And if you don't know anything about this series, still check it out. I'm pretty sure you might find something you'll like in it, because like I said, it's a very good series. I can't praise it enough. Hope you're having a good night, day, wherever you are. And until next time, peace.